Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? And welcome back to the channel. This is another battle on the old new test build for Rhudaur. This is basically the other video I said I was going to record in the video I recorded earlier, that being these dwarves as Gathol versus Gondor. But yeah, this is showing off the other new faction that was added with that patch. Of course, this is the old new test build. There's a newer one that I've just downloaded, and we're going to get onto that fairly soon. But I've got another replay on this one, and it shows off the new faction, so I may as well do it. And I am this time playing as a new faction, and I'm going up against a fairly strong, I would say, fairly strong Rhudaur force, with Rhudaur spears, stuff like that, javies, a lot of things I expect dragons would find quite deadly. So of course this is the dragon faction, the Great Wyrm realm, and I'm obviously going to go through my army comps first, starting with the fun stuff, that being the dragons. These guys, I'm just trying to remember which ones are missiles and which ones aren't. I think these guys are melee. I know I brought 2 million to missile, but all of them are just absurdly strong in melee. I believe they all count as elephants. And I think it's this one and the Worms of the North that are the missile ones. In fact, it might be these two. But anyway, one of them is a very elite melee one, which costs 2,500 and just kills stuff. Because it's elephants, of course. But that does mean that pikes and javelins, because they're big targets, and they're going to be quite effective at killing off my poor dragons. But yeah, I've got one melee one, which has absurd stats like 60, 60, and then 15 or 10 HP. Then I've got two like artillery dragon things that shoot like massive bolts of Greek fire. And then, of course, have absurdly high stats as well, 60-60 pretty much. And I think the other one has like 60, 130, maybe. But that's the dragons, Drake Broodlings, you know them from Reforged, just very annoying to deal with. But they're not as deadly as the actual dragons themselves, they're merely baby dragons, not yet fully grown. Will they survive this battle? And will they end up growing into massive dragons? We shall see. Stay tuned for that. And then the less interesting unit, it must be said, albeit they still look marvellous, are the Scale Orc Warriors. These guys just, like, I'm assuming, I think in Lord of the Rings and like Tolkien's books, Middle-earth, dragons basically have the power to hypnotize people. Because it's somewhere in the Silmarillion that, I think it's Gloron, is that his name? Like Melkor's pet dragon, like the first dragon I think it is, that Melkor ever made, or Morgoth, whichever one you prefer. I prefer Melkor because that's his name in Middle-earth or Arda. But yeah, he basically created dragons. And I think dragons had the power to hypnotize people because it's somewhere in the Silmarillion. It's someone gets like hypnotized and then runs away and then it turns weird, but that's enough of that. So yeah, these guys hypnotized by dragons, I'm assuming. They're just like wearing weird things as helmets. They're not, these guys, they're not going to be the stars of the show. They're basically there to get their butts handed to them. But they might dish out some damage as they die horribly. Horrible, painful deaths. I believe these guys are more defensive than them. because they have that two-handed sword. No, they have two swords. They're dual wielding as opposed to these guys who just have one massive like club, which is fun. But that's that. Let's go on to my opponent today, that being Rhudaur. So got some Rhudaur swordsmen and Rhudaur clansmen. Just basic Rhudaur units. Clansmen are probably more dangerous in this situation because of that high melee defense and bonus versus cavern elephants. And of course these guys, lots of men in a unit, but that's just more men for us to kill. Then we've got some Wyrm hunters. These guys just 1 hit point, of course. Not 2 hit points like they are in Reforged, but javelins and then just massive two-handed maces on the back. They're just going to be fun to deal with. Then we've got some pikes. Again, that anti-elephant bonus is going to be very nice. Albeit those shields won't be all that useful against dragons. And again, lots of them. It's basically a numbers build with some quality mixed in. Speaking of quality, we have the Iron Herjar of Rhudaur. These guys, two-handed axes, bodyguard tier units, 62 men in their unit, so that's pretty nice for them. They're just going to be pretty quite damaging, I would say. Then more Rhudaur clansmen here. We've got more Rhudaur swordsmen. Back here we've got more Rhudaur swordsmen. And here we've got the Knights of Cameth Bryn, which are a javelin horse unit that I believe is anti-large. But yeah, you can see the spear there. Those lads are anti-large for sure. Then I think this is the last unit. So I've just given them quite like a balanced army. In fact, I think their army overall costs 5 gold more than mine. So I just gave them some like XP, not XP, but like weapon upgrades and stuff. Here we've got the Royal Court of House Galathion. Not to be confused with the Galadon, which is Lothlorien. Karas Galadon Guardians. Reforged. Yeah, these guys maces, knights, 2 hit points, deadly. And we don't really have any cavalry to deal with them. But let's get in. Again, this is another relatively short fight, but that shouldn't matter too much. And fairly soon we're actually going to see. Yeah, there we go. Fairly shortly, I expect, we're going to see which guys are the shooty ones. I'm sure the Fire Drakes of the North are. Just as soon as these guys get down that hill. And they're going really quite slowly at the moment. They don't seem too fussed to get near us. And I don't really blame them. They are going up against about 45 fully grown dragons, which is probably not a good life choice. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't expect many of them are going to last very long. The Knights of Cameth Bryn, however, being the first to march towards us. It's at these guys that, yep, you can see. Oh, it skips. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no, not the Rhudaur pikeman. Oh no. I mean, it completely misses the Knights of Cameth Bryn, but like that one didn't. That certainly did not. That was devastatingly accurate. And yeah, they're half dead. This is going to probably lag out the replay, isn't it? Yeah, we're just... Ouch. Well, there goes that unit of Rhudaur pikemen. Oh dear. Oh no. Not the pikemen. And, yeah. This is not going to be very fun for these poor Rhudaur soldiers. These Rhudaur swordsmen are just like, no. They're just looking down and saying, Right. I don't particularly want to go down there. That's probably why they're so late. And this guy's just going the long way around because he doesn't want to get noticed. But I have a funny feeling he will be getting noticed fairly shortly. These guys... Ooh, they almost went in for that charge there. These 33 Knights of Bryn. Oh, nope, nope, they're not going in for a charge. No. Ooh, these guys are, however. They're getting a charge on my poor 4th scale warriors. Which I really do not care anything about. If they die, they die. They're just like the cheap boys. My main concern is the dragons. Because, yeah. The FPS. Just losing. It's the sheer loss of FPS this causes. Ouch. Oh, my poor computer. It wasn't built for this. Well, that caused... I think the explosion should die down soon. But yeah, these guys are... It's this unit and this unit. They're the shooty ones. Good to know. These poor guys. They've just been... yeah. They've been melted. That's probably the best term to describe it. I'm just charging my Drake Rubings through. They don't even have to get that many kills. They just have to be, like, incredibly annoying.
Only half the enemy
which is
force
something
remains.
they're really quite exceptional at doing. I mean, they die quickly, but my god, the damage they
If we
do.
continue like this,
Oh.
we will smash the enemy.
Did I give them rangers? Nope, that's just that. Nope, that is simply their javelins. These idiots. You're running past the enemy. The Iron Hedger. They're getting flipped. Rhudaur pikemen routing 88 men. These the Royal Court of House Galathion trying to get some charges and not doing too badly for themselves there. These Rhudaur pikemen, they're going to be interesting to deal with. Because we don't have the reach. We're just literally walking to, they're just walking to their death with poor soldiers. And then we just have the Knights of Bryn just not wanting to go anywhere. It's like, no. My Drake Broodlings, yep, just running people over. As is tradition. And the entire... that guy just had a death, like, noise that wasn't... It was literally just a human's death noise. That's incredible.
We've lost half of our men.
Oh my god. Med 2. Med 2 is so good. So good. These scale-up marauders, they're a disgrace. Running away with 117 men left. Can't believe it. This Rhudaur clansman, is he about to have realised he made a grave?
The battle is very much in our favour.
Oh,
Victory
there we
will be
go.
ours.
Just death. Death has come for this Rhudaur clansman. And, yep. Woohoo. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Rhudaur clansmen, you can only do so much against elephants if you have the chance to get good attacks in. These guys are simply not getting the chances to get good attacks in. Because they're just getting murdered. And I mean, like, normally, if you used elephants, they might be away from your infantry, but you use your infantry to just support them. Your infantry as the Wyrm, it's gonna die. It's going to die. Like, there's no doubt about that. But your infantry isn't the key. It's your dragons and their artillery. They're just literally the lizardmen of Walls of Ardor. And then these Rhudaur pikemen just getting eviscerated. Yep. That's evisceration if I've ever seen it. They're staying to fight for a lot longer than I expected they would. I mean, there's only 10 of them left. I think I just run straight through them. I mean, they're still... Nope, there they go. They've gone. Poor guys. These Rhudaur hunters have run away.
The enemy general flees like
Then...
the coward he is. Press on
Nope.
and break the spirit of his army.
Nope. And here is the last stand of Rhudaur. They have 7 horse eagles. That is it. We have killed 97% of their army. They're just toast. Oh no, they're running away. And there we go. What a victory that was. Sorry if this one was a bit more lackluster than the last one. But yeah, this was actually quite really quite a fun fight to do. So if we look here, we can see just how busted they are. I have brought 9 units. One of my units got 1,000 kills. And lost 0 soldiers. Oh god. Dragons. Yep. And even these Scale Orc warriors got kills. Drake Broodling's doing really quite well for themselves there. I think it's because the higher man count, they were just able to get more kills off. Like, more attacks off. These Fire Drakes of the North doing well. Wyverns of the North, of course, doing well. These guys are the melee ones, they did slightly less well than the missile ones. But even then, it's like, how do you deal with this? Like, I know Barras Gathol, because me and Bilbo did a test of it. Barras Gathol, they're very effective at killing dragons. Because of that high damage armor piercing missile that they have. In both the sappers and the muskets. So I think, like, I'm not sure just how balanced this is, but personally, this probably shouldn't be a multiplayer faction. It should, like, be a campaign faction that you can just have a bunch of fun with. So I feel like if you bring them in multiplayer, someone is going to rage quit. Because, just, horror. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave a dislike if you didn't. Subscribe if you're around here. I try and upload fairly frequently. But because I'm doing my GCSEs, of course, that may get difficult at times. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.